every time we do a delete, it should be preceded by an export.
No, not every time. So if you have exported the data, if you have the record IDs, you can take it from there. You already have exported some data, right? You already have the record IDs. My point is that I need the record IDs. Okay. You want to copy record IDs one by one. You want to do an export and take the record IDs. That's your choice. Fine.
Even in case of import, you have an ID?
In case of?
In case of importing.
Yeah. Importing is where the ID gets generated, right? So when you put a record into Salesforce, there's an ID which gets generated. Now I'm going to do an export so that I can get the IDs of some records and then I will delete those records. Okay. So Bhargav, if you generated a security token yesterday, I would need that so that I can form that operation here.
Oh, Jeet, every time we can use the same token?
Yep. Till the time you do not go ahead and reset it. Alright. So same security token can be used.
I thought we have to generate token every time. I did it again today. So no problem with that, right?
No. But don't do it tomorrow then. I mean, you have done it today, that's fine. But don't do it because it's not required.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got the password, I got the security token done. Now I'm gonna export the accounts. So let me just put it in log files. Extract. So make sure while you are taking out data for a delete operation or an update operation, you take the ID, because without ID you will not neither be able to delete the data or nor update the data. Take ID, take name, type, phone, fax. Let me also take industry, annual revenue. Fine. So I've taken these fields and then I just go ahead and click on finish. Yes. So it gives me 17 records, right? So these are the IDs. Let me just go ahead and open the file as I told you, because it's in the CSV format. I can go to Excel and open it. For me it's on desktop, log files, select all files. This is a file. Because it's a comma separated file, you should select this thing, all the fields will get separated. Alright. So now I want to do a bulk delete. Alright. So for bulk delete, if let's say I want to delete all these records, these 6 records I want to delete. So I just have to take the IDs of these 6 records. I don't need anything else. I just need to give the IDs. Copy the IDs, create a new CSV file, paste the IDs there. That's it. And save it in CSV format. So delete. Okay. So the way you created the file for import, same way you have to create the file for delete. Save it. Okay. So now my CSV file has list of records or list of IDs of the records which we want to delete. Okay. Now go to data loader, click on delete. Select what you want to delete. Account. The same process, no difference. Browse the file which you want to delete, which you want to use. Delete 3rd Feb. Go to next. Your operation will contain 6 records. Click on OK. create or edit a map. So this is where only one field is there, right? So create or edit a map. So this is pretty simple. You just have one field at the top, you just have one field at the bottom. So ID is the only thing that can be used for mapping. Okay, click on next. Okay, and then it asks you for the log files location. Where do you want to save your log files? Just define the location where you want the log files to be saved. The ones which could be deleted successfully and which were not deleted successfully, those will be saved here in this location. Click on finish. You have chosen to delete existing records. Click yes to begin. You just say yes. Okay. Just go ahead and say yes. So you have successfully deleted 6 records. Correct? So it has now deleted 6 records from your accounts. The IDs I supplied. For delete operation, as usual, delete is the simplest thing. So for delete, you just need to create a CSV file with one column. That column should have the IDs of the records that you want to delete. Nothing else needs to be done. Okay. Now the next thing that we have to do here is once a data is deleted, once you have deleted a record, it goes to the recycle bin. Okay. Where do you get the recycle bin? It's under the home tab. So when you go to Salesforce, under the home tab, there is something called the recycle bin. So your data which is deleted by default goes to the recycle bin. See, these are the records which I just deleted, right? If you want, you can select all of them and undelete them. Normal recycle bin, functionality which we have for our Windows, same thing. If I have deleted some data by mistake, I still have an option of undeleting it. Okay, so it is not permanently deleted; it goes to recycle bin. Okay, so you can go ahead and undelete it as well. So undeleting means restoring the data. So again, the data got restored. Clear? So anytime you have deleted some data which you have done by mistake, you can always go to recycle bin and undelete it.
Sir,
Yep.
will the users who have the same level of access will see this deleted files, or else only the guy who deleted it can see them?
Anyone who has the access to see the account records will get to see this.
Okay.
Fine. So I think we are going to talk about the permissions and access. So there you will understand. Anyone who has the access to see this data will get to see it. Okay. Okay. So we are okay on the delete operation, which is the easiest thing that we have done so far. Now let's do an update. So delete, we have seen how simple it is to delete things. Now update. Let's say I want to update the industries of these records. Okay. So for update, you don't need other fields. You just need the field that needs to be updated, and you need the IDs. We don't need anything else, right? So, but even if this is there, no problem. Let's say I want to update the annual revenue for all these records, or I want to update the industry. So just make the changes whatever is required. Okay, I've updated the industry. Revenue, if you want to update, just put some value. Okay, so what I've done, I have updated the fields, annual revenue and industry. Now I can use the same file for doing the update. I don't have to create a different file. I can just go ahead and click on save. So the exported file can be used for doing the update also, because it's a CSV file already, right? So I don't have to go and create anything. Save that file, make changes, save it, and go to update. After insert, there is an option called update. Just go ahead and click on update, go to account, browse the file. 1 second. Okay, save it. Convoluted, save. Okay, now browse the file. Okay, so it has 17 records which need to be updated. Create or edit a map. Now advantage here is that an auto match will automatically match all the fields, because all the columns in the CSV file that we exported, they came from Salesforce. So the names are exactly matching. Fax, ID, industry. So all the names are matching. So if you click on auto match, it will automatically match all the fields. Okay. Then just go to next. Define the location for log files. Click on finish. Okay. So it says the action you are trying to do cannot be undone. That's absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and do the update. So 17 successful updates. So if you see, the industry of the records have got updated. I updated all these to technology. I updated the annual revenue to this thing. It has got updated in all the records. Clear? Let me know if there is any question on this. So we understand the delete and update operation. Any challenge understanding this part? So now we know how to insert bulk data. Insert we know. Export we know. We know delete, deleting multiple records, and we also know update. Got it? Apart from these all, there is one more option which is called upsert. Okay, what is upsert? Upsert is a combination of update and insert. Yes. Insert. What does that mean? What is a combination of update and insert? What does this mean?
So we can update the file and insert at the same time.
But why would I upload the file and insert it at the same time?
What was that?
Why will I update and insert at the same time?
Existing file will be updated, existing data will be updated, and you can insert the new data also. New lines, new rows.
Samir, tell me.
Existing data, whatever you want to update, you can update using the same Excel CSV file, and you can insert some new rows.
Yeah, so in an upsert what will happen? If it finds that the record already exists, it will update that. If it does not find that record, it will create that. Got it? So sometimes it may happen that you are putting a file into the system and you're not very sure if that data is already there in the system or not. In that case, you will go ahead with an upsert operation. Got it? So that is how simple it is. So most of the times it happens. Let's say you are buying data from a vendor. Every week you buy let's say 5,000 records from that vendor. Now you do not know whether the file that you have purchased this week has some records from the last week or not, right? So if you perform an insert operation, then what will happen? It will create all 5,000 new records. If you perform an upsert operation, then it will check if there are any existing records, then it will just update those records if it finds any updated information. If the record does not exist, it will simply go ahead and create that record. Simple. So that is an upsert operation. So for doing an upsert, you just need to click on upsert, take account, browse. Let me take the same file, go to next. Says your operation will have 16 records. Okay, So it will use ID field for checking whether the record is there or not. Go to next. Auto match fields. Okay. Fine. So it will check duplicate value on the ID. So if it finds that this record already exists, it will go ahead and create that. Sorry, if it already exists, it will go ahead and update that if it finds any updated information. Okay. If it does not find updated information, then it will go ahead and if it does not find the record already existing in the database, then it will create that. Let's go to next. Finish. Yes. Okay. So 17 successful upserts have happened. So upserts have happened, but in that already the data was there, so there was no record which got created.
I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
For an example, phone numbers. Let's target on the phone numbers. Sometimes the phone numbers can be the same, but we want the names to be different. In that scenario, how does it work?
Right. So basically, the unique field which we are talking about, you want to have something else as the unique field, right? Maybe the name or
Okay.
right. So there you have an option of creating some other field as an external ID. Okay.
Okay.
So we will talk about that external ID concept once we get into that. So basically, it's about as of now. ID is the only identifier field, okay?
Okay.
Identifier field means this is the unique identifier for the record, okay? We have an option of creating some other field also as an identifier. So in case you want to check duplicates on email ID, let's say on website, we are talking about account, so let's have website. Okay, you want to check duplicates on the website. Then you have to create this as an external ID field, okay? So once you have converted the website field into an external ID field, then you will be able to check duplicates on website also. Got that? So you can do it on any field that you want. But in this case, I used ID, which is the default field.
Okay.
So that can be done.
Okay. Once again, can you tell me the definition of upsert, sir? When it is used, I mean,
When you are not sure that the data which you are trying to put into the system already exists or not exist. If you know the data already exists in the system, then you should do an update. If you know that the data does not exist, then you should do an insert. But if you are not sure if the data already exists there or not, for example, I am actually working for a client and that client has given me some 20 files, okay. He has 20 Excel spreadsheets. He has given me all those Excel spreadsheets and he has said that I want all this data to be put in the system. Now, one of my team member was working on that last Friday. So last Friday this guy was working on it. He uploaded some of the data. He, converted some of the CSV files, uploaded some data. Yesterday when he came to office, I asked him which all files you have uploaded. He said, I have forgotten. So 3 files he remembers, but after that he does not remember one of the.
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Now is it fine?
No.
Now is it okay?
no, it is still the same.
How come it's breaking? Audio point. Hello. Yeah. Is it fine now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was just giving you that example that this guy said 20 files we had to upload into the system. He was doing it on Friday, and Monday when he came to office, he said that I do not remember which all files I have uploaded. Got it? Now we are not sure out of 20 which all files are already there into the system and which all data is not in the system, right? So now we are doing an upsert on that. But if the data is already created into the system, it should not create a duplicate of that, right? So that is how it is.
Okay, gotcha. It's like VLOOKUP, right? Yeah.
I mean, you can have your own understanding how it is, but I do not want everyone else to get confused with VLOOKUP thing here. But it's simply, if you do not know if the data is already there or not, do an upsert. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, anyone, any other question before we, move on to something else? All right. So the data part we are okay. Now this data loader allows us to deal with any data. So you can insert, update, or whatever you want. You can do it on any object. Okay. So these can be the objects which are already there in Salesforce, or it can be objects which are not there in Salesforce. Whatever you can deal with, whatever you want. All right.
Okay. Sir, generally, how much time is it taking for you? I mean, to do all this, like, if there are many records, like, is it a very time consuming process?
Why would it take time?
Indeed.
Generally, you see how long it takes for us to do it. It's something.
For us, it was very quick. Yeah.
It's pretty quick. Even if you have 10,000, 20,000 records, it will not take you more than 2-3 minutes to do it. So it does not take that much. It's very fast.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I see one question here. What is export all? Okay, yes. So apart from these things, we see two more options here, right? Apart from insert, update, upsert, we see delete, hard delete, sorry. Hard delete, and we see export all. Okay.
But hard delete option is disabled, right?
Yeah, it is disabled for you. Fine. So hard delete is basically an option which you can use to delete directly from the recycle bin also. Okay, in case you want to delete the data from the recycle bin also, but this is something which we do not use because if you delete some data and it goes to recycle bin, that is not causing you any problem. Okay, if it stays in recycle bin for some time, that should not be a problem. But if you delete the wrong data, then that will be a big problem. If you delete the data which you did not want to delete and that is not even there in the recycle bin, then there will be a problem, right? So hard delete is basically deleting it permanently. Export all. What is export all? Export all means export data from main table as well as recycle bin. Okay, so when you perform an export all, what happens is the data which is available in the main table as well as the data from the recycle bin, both of them are deleted, right? So anytime you think that okay fine, I have deleted some data and that is in the recycle bin and I want to export the data including the one that is there in the recycle bin, you should perform an export all. Got it? So that's about our export all and hard delete. Okay, but these are things which we use very rarely. Okay, so most commonly you are going to use these things. Okay, upsert very commonly because a lot of times you will use upsert. Insert, export, delete, update. Yeah, you will use frequently. All right. Okay. So what you all will have to do is, maybe after the session, what you all have to do is you just need to go back, create a few, a few more records. So yesterday I gave you an activity where was everyone able to do that? Were you all able to do that thing?
I haven't received any activity.
create some records in a file, put it in Salesforce using import wizard.
I did that.
You did that, right? Good. Okay.
I did both import and export. That's where I got a little confused.
Right. So she is the only one who did that because no one else asked a question. And I'm assuming that no one actually worked on that. Anyone else who worked on it and could do it clearly, properly? No. So Ravali, you are the best student. Okay. So fine. But take out time, do this import export. This is not something that you will regularly do in your job scenarios, because either you will be working as a developer or a consultant. So import export will not be a part of your regular job routine. But you cannot. This is something which is so simple that you cannot afford to not know this. So you have to know this. Okay. So you cannot become a developer and you cannot say that, oh, I do not know how to import data. So you'll need to deal with this. Or you cannot become a consultant and not know how to export data. So this is something that you need to know. Though this is not going to be something which will be a part of your regular job routine. You will not be doing this on a regular basis, right? Okay. And one more thing, if possible, try to work on your Microsoft Excel skills also, because how much you know Microsoft Excel, that also plays a bit of role in data management part. So import, export, preparing your Excel files, quickly updating the things. Okay, so that also helps you into preparing the right kind of files, doing the updates in the Excel spreadsheet, and then uploading the file through data loader. So if you are a little more familiar with Excel spreadsheets, that is also going to be very helpful. All right. Fine. Okay. So let's do this. I mean, again, today the same assignment for you all. Okay. So small reminder, go and upload the file, update the file, bring, take out the CSV file, update that. See if you guys are facing any challenges, and let me know once we meet tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow we are gonna start talking on the access and permissions. Okay. So how do we control the permissions of the different users on the different set of data that we have and everything. All right. So that is what we'll talk about. Okay. Okay. So I'll see you all